Welcome to our channel. My name is Ashish and in this video we will discuss about the superior and inferior radioulnar joints. As you know, radius and ulna are superiorly attached to the humerus and below they are attached to the different carpus forming the wrist joint and above forming the elbow joint. Besides that, the radius and ulna are also attached to each other at 2 points. One is the proximal and other is the distal. The proximal joint between the radius and ulna is called the superior radioulnar joint, and the distal attachments of radius and ulna is called inferior radioulnar joint. So in this video we are discussing about the superior and inferior radioulnar joints in comparative form, because that's the best way to study about these two very simple joints. So what you see here is a diagram of the radius and ulna. I am going to draw it little darker so that it is easily visible. So this is, I am drawing here ulna. This is the upper part of ulna, lower head of ulna, similarly I will draw the radius. So we have drawn both. It is left side is the radius and right one is the ulna. Both, as I told you, both are attached to each other at 2 points. The superior attachment is called the superior radioulnar joint and the inferior attachment is called the distal attachment is called the inferior radioulnar joint. Moreover, there is one more joint present. It is called the interosseous membrane between the radius and ulna. Interosseous membrane extends downward and medially from radius. So this is interosseous membrane between radius and ulna. There is some gap you see at the upper surface. It is act as a passageway for the different nerves and arteries. That we'll see in the upcoming videos. And here is an oblique rod present. What is oblique rod? That we'll discuss in detail in the later part of the video. This is oblique cord. Oblique cord. So the space between the oblique cord and the upper part of the interosseous membrane serves as a passageway for different nerves and arteries. So without wasting any time further, let us start with the superior and radioulnar joint with a comparative study. So this side I will write about the superior radioulnar joint, and in the right side inferior radioulnar joint. So first point we'll start the type of joint. Which type of synovial joint is present? It's nothing tricky in that both are pivot type of synovial joint. So both superior radioulnar joint and inferior radioulnar joint are pivot type of synovial joint. SJ stands for synovial joint. Inferior radioulnar joint is also pivot type of synovial joint. To know more in detail about the different types of synovial joint, do subscribe our channel, because in the upcoming videos we'll discussing about the different types of the synovial joint. Pivot type of synovial joint. So both superior radioulnar joint and inferior radioulnar joint is a pivot type of synovial joint. What does that mean? Means along some point it will be showing the movement, and the axis of movement is oblique, somewhat like this. It is the axis of movement. The radius and ulna, suppose this is radius, suppose this is ulna and this is radius. Radius comes in front of ulna during supination, pronation, that we see under the heading movements. Basically, simply I want to tell that pivot type means along certain axis or certain point the movement is shown. Next part is the articular surfaces. What are the articular surfaces for superior radioulnar joint and inferior radioulnar joint? We'll see now. If you know the properties of both the bones, the articular surface is quite simple. But before proceeding with the articular surfaces of the superior radioulnar joint, let's draw a diagram. In the diagram I am showing you this is ulna, upper part of ulna. Actually I am showing the supero anterior view. So this is the upper part of ulna. and below is the shaft. So this is the upper part of ulna, and just next to is the annular ligament. Here is the annular ligament. The term annular means ring. So the ligament is like a ring. Suppose this is the annular ligament and this is the upper part of the radius. So upper part of radius or the head of the radius is present attached to the annular ligament. So annular means ring like. What is annular ligament? We'll see in the under the heading ligaments of the superior radial ulnar joint. So you need not worry. This is annular ligament. Why I am telling you this? Because it comes under the articular surfaces of the superior radial ulnar joint. So the articular surfaces includes the, here is the circumference of the radius. In the diagram, as you can see, that disc-shaped circumference of the radius. So the first articular surfaces in the superior radial ulnar joint is the disc-shaped circumference of head of radius, and second is the osteofibrous ring. As you can see, the word osteofibrous contains two words. Osteon fibrous means a ring shaped structure is formed by the help of two things, bone and fibrous ligament. So the annular ligament and some part of the ulna forms a ring around which the movement of the radius take place. Suppose this is the part of annular ligament and rest is formed by the part of the ulna. So the head of radius moves along this osteofibrous ring, some part of which is formed by the annular ligament, other formed by the part of the ulna. So osteofibrous ring is formed by the radial notch of ulna, in which the radius fits, radial notch of ulna, and annular ligament. So as I told you, for the head of the radius moves along a circular path or circular ring made up of two types of things. Osseous matlab bony part of the that ulna, and the ligament is of the annular ligament which surrounds the head of the radius. Now let's see the articular surfaces of the inferior radial ulnar joint. As you know, head of the ulna is present down. Down is the head of ulna. So there is a peculiarity feature of the ulna that its head is pointing downwards, unlike radius whose heads point upward or the more proximally. So the articular surfaces of the inferior radial ulnar joint is formed by the two, like that of superior radial ulnar joint there are two articular surfaces. Here also in inferior radial ulnar joint there are two articular surfaces. First is the head of ulna and second is the ulnar notch of radius. Both are comparative. See, head of radius, head of ulna, radial notch of ulna, ulnar notch of radius. So if you do the comparative study of both the joints, it's just at your fingertips. Now let's see the relations of both the joints. What are the anterior and posterior relations of both the joints? The relations of the superior radial ulnar joints are very simple. Just note what I am writing. Lap, SAM. Lap means lateral and anterior relations, and P stands for posterior relation. So lateral and anterior relations are formed by the supinator muscle, and posterior relations are formed by the anconeus muscle. So I think its relations are very simple. Lap and SAM. Just two words you have to remember. I am writing it down. Lap and SAM. if you just remember these two words, you can easily write the relations of the superior radioulnar joint. Now let's see the relations of the inferior radioulnar joint. It has two relations, anterior relations, lying anteriorly, and the back, that is the posterior relations. It's formed by FE DD PM. So the relations is FE DD PM. Flexor, just opposite will be extensor. Digitorum, opposite digiti. Profundus, and it will be minimi. So this is the anterior and posterior relations of the inferior radioulnar joint. Now let us see the blood supply and nerve supply. Blood supply and nerve supply. In the next video, we'll discuss about the different ligaments in detail along with the diagram. So first, let us see the blood supply and nerve supply of the superior radioulnar joint. So blood supply is formed by the anastomosis around the lateral side of the superior radioulnar joint or the elbow joint. By the anastomosis around the lateral side. The video on the anastomosis around the elbow joint will be uploaded soon. So do subscribe our channel, and if you like the video, please share and hit the like button. So blood supply is formed by the anastomosis around the lateral side of the elbow joint, and nerve supply is very simple. It's by murmur nerves. So what are these murmur nerves? M stands for median nerve, ulnar nerve, musculocutaneous nerve, and the last is the radian nerve. So the nerve supply is by the murmur nerves. Now let's see the inferior radioulnar joint blood supply and nerve supply. Both are very simple, that is by the anterior and posterior interosseous nerve and artery. Interosseous. The next video will discussing about the ligaments with the help of a diagram. So do watch that video for a better understanding. Anterior and posterior interosseous artery, that is the blood supply, and anterior and posterior interosseous nerve. Anterior and posterior interosseous nerve. Like that, we completed most of the topics except the ligaments. One more last point is remaining is the movements. What are the movements allowed around this joint? So only two movements are allowed along the joint, along this pivot joint, that is the supination and pronation. So on both inferior and radioulnar joint, inferior and superior radioulnar joint, only two movements allowed: supination and pronation. So like this, we completed all the topics except the ligaments, which we study in the next video. If you liked the video, do hit the like button and do subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.